Hello everyone, I'm Hu Jing, the host of the October TSCC Radio. Nice to meet you online again. The topic of this month is targeted to the married couples who are preparing to start a family. We're going to have a total 4 sessions. So every Saturday at 1:30, we're going to have different topics about family planning to share with you. I'm very happy to invite our super mommy Hazel back to our TSCC Radio. Hi Hazel.
Hi.
Yeah, for the benefit of some of our audience might be the first timer here. Maybe do you want to do a self introduction again?
Oh yeah. I'm Hazel, and yeah, I'm a mother of 3 boys. Yes, and I've been here for a while. So yeah.
Yeah, so Hazel is not a stranger to our TSCC Radio speakers, right? So if you have attended her previous sessions in this year March on parenting, I believe you have enjoyed her sharings on her personal experience of raising 3 very young, active boys. Yeah, thanks Hazel. I know you are very, very busy mummies. Yeah, so really appreciate that you taking your time to be here, accept our invitation to share with your experience again about family planning, and also what to do when a baby arrived. Yeah, so this week topic is about, are you ready for a baby? Yes, before you have a baby. Yeah, I just want to ask you, when did you get married?
Oh, we got married in 2013.
2013.
So that's quite some time.
Almost 9 years ago.
Yeah,
Time flies.
It's so long.
Yeah.
Feels long already.
It's beautiful, right? Marriage.
There's ups and there's downs.
Downs, yeah. I'm sure you have a lot of beautiful pictures about wedding. Wow, that's very nice.
Yes.
Young and full of energy. But you still look very pretty though. Pretty much. Okay. Yeah, so those are, wow, so very nice pictures, wedding photos taken in Taiwan.
Yes.
Oh.
Those were taken in Taiwan. It was so nice.
Yeah. Marriage is always beautiful. Yeah, and I believe as most of the couples who, once they tie the knot to decide to have a family, I'm sure you and Wei Xiong have talked about a lot about maybe your dream of your life after marriage, right?
I think it's something that we don't really talk about, in fact, because it's something that most of my friends even it's like a open secret that everyone knows that I like children.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So I remember I attended your church wedding, and to be honest, that's the wedding where, among all the church wedding, all the wedding I've attended, that's the wedding that I've seen the most peach boys and flower girls. Oh yeah, that was on the screen. You see, there are 10 of them.
10.
So
wow.
it shows that you really like children. So
yeah.
How many children actually you plan to have?
Yeah, my friends always make fun of me. Even during my wedding, they went to the stage and tell everyone that Hazel's gonna have like a dozen or so.
Football team.
Yeah, but truth to be said, that is not actually what I really wanted. Okay, I mean, it's far from reality to have so many, especially living in this country.
Right.
So
expensive.
Yeah, it is crazy. So but I really love to have as many as God wants to give me.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great. So I know you like children very much. I'm sure you already mentally prepared once you got married. Did you try the baby immediately after the wedding?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
we didn't.
how's that?
Yeah, so in fact for us, right, we wanted to have our couple time because we know that once you have a kid, right, it's really different.
Right.
Like you won't have time for each other and things like that. So we really want to just spend time together. So we make a conscious effort, okay, to protect ourselves from unwanted pregnancies, okay, so that we can go for our honeymoon and
enjoy the 二人世界.
Yeah, and we did. It was
Okay,
it was really memorable. It's something that I will never forget. It was so nice. So then afterwards, right, then we decided, okay, we are ready now.
Right.
We are mentally prepared to try for a baby.
Okay, so does it happen?
No.
Oh, okay. What
Not for
happened?
us.
What
Not for
happened?
us. Yeah. So in fact, for us, right, it didn't come naturally or come as easy as I thought it would be. And in fact, it took us quite a while. And through this a while, right, I actually experienced a lot. When I was experiencing all those up and downs and things like that, there's a lot of emotional roller coaster. But now that I think back, I think I want to thank God because He put me through those moments so that I can really empathize with women who are going through infertility.
I see. I mean, to me, like, it usually comes quite naturally. You know, if you want to, we are ready. You should, yeah. So maybe you could share a little bit more.
Yeah,
like
so
what happened.
I
like-
think most people would have thought that, you know, I'm healthy, you know, I look healthy, so it shouldn't take long. It should be quite fast and quite easy, right? But you never know, really. So and as I think about it, right, I can categorize into three categories. So there's this first category where the couple are mentally prepared and they are physically prepared. So they are very blessed. Once they decided, you know, let's do it, and then they have it. I mean, those are the very blessed ones, really. And then you have another category where they are physically ready, but they are not mentally ready.
Right.
Yeah,
Still
like-
wants play more.
Yes, like I have not even gone for my honeymoon, and
not
then
enough
the
yet.
babies. Yeah, and then there's the third category, which is me. We are mentally prepared, like we are ready for a baby. You know, like okay, let's do it. But physically, we are not ready, and we didn't know. We
So-
thought we are, but we are not.
So it doesn't happen when.
So it didn't happen naturally. It didn't happen in the first month. It didn't happen in the second month. It didn't happen in the third month. So, you know, as time goes by, there's a lot of emotional thing going on. You start to keep thinking about all sorts of things like
worried.
Yeah, like you know, God, I really want to have this child. Why are you not giving it to me now? Why is it so difficult for me to have a baby? You know, so are we infertile? I'm young, he's young, you know, we are both young, we're both healthy. So a lot of thoughts, a lot of questions, a lot of emotional things going through.
Right. So I could imagine like every month you are waiting the missing of your period.
Yes,
but
yes,
the
yes.
moment
And
you
there's a
see-
lot of agony in that part because imagine you are full of hope, and then you know after that it's like a roller coaster, right? You go up and then you get pulled down again and things like that. So during that period, it's definitely not easy. And as I put myself through that moment, and now that I think back, I empathize with a lot of women who actually probably got through this more worse than what I have
see.
experienced.
Sure, but that be, yeah, I'm sure you have a lot sharing to tell to these people. Yeah, but before that, I'm sure. I mean, I can try to imagine that kind of disappointment, especially among your friends who also gotten married at the similar timing. When you hear the good news from them one by one, you kind of like
Yes.
feel a bit.
Yeah. So it's a lot of struggle over there because
Right.
when you are trying and then you hear good news, and then you know you yourself want to soak in the good news, but you know sometimes emotionally you are trapped.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a difficult time for us. We tried for probably about 5 to 6 months.
Wow.
It didn't happen,
Okay.
and it was agonizing for us. So
So did you cry?
yes,
What did
yes.
you-
Yes.
yeah,
So behind doors, I actually cried. I wept. I shout to God, like, why, you know, why is it not happening to us? And month after month we try, and then it's just not happening. And I think God really hears and He answers prayers. You know. So what happened was really miraculous because as I was just, you know, going through all this, I remembered that night I prayed to God. So I told Him, I said, you know, God, if it's in your will, okay, help us, okay, give me a way because I am literally in deep trench now emotionally because it's been months and months and then I don't know what to do.
Right.
You know, and at that time, right, this fertility thing is there is no there's no
public education,
Yeah,
and also it can be
yeah.
a taboo also,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
People
yeah.
just don't want to talk about
Yes,
it.
yes, yes. So you don't know anything. Most of the things you know are probably from Google or things like
Right,
that.
right.
It's still quite limited. So I prayed, and that night, I think it's so amazing because I just turned on the computer, I went on to the internet, and I just typed something, and then this website just popped out.
Oh,
And I
wow.
never even thought of going to this page, It's a natural fertility page. And then I was like,
okay.
wow, what is this? And then I start reading, and then I got really interested
Oh.
because I didn't know that my menstrual cramp could be a sign of infertility.
Oh,
There are some women who have menstrual cramps when they
Yeah.
have periods.
yes.
So I am one of those, and I do get really painful cramps. So then I started to reading about this whole natural fertility thing. Like then I was like, oh yeah, why I didn't thought of that?
Oh, which website is that?
Yeah, so it's simply natural fertility.
Oh, okay. So what have you learned from there? I mean,
Yeah, so then I got really excited, and then that's where I got Wei Xiong in. Yeah, so he was really supportive. He was like, oh yeah, this looks interesting. So both of us started to read about it. And when it comes to fertility, right, what is interesting is that a lot of time people think that it's the women,
yes.
but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
It
Even
might-
you got girls, also women, boys also.
Yeah, but as I read through, right,
Yeah.
it can be the man also.
Yeah, yeah,
And these are things that, last time, 9 years ago, people don't talk about it, okay? It's like you said, a taboo. People
Yeah.
probably think it's always the women that can't
Correct,
bear the child. So as we read, and then we got really interested because what they talk about is that, there are times where your body itself have a lot of toxins. And they actually do have kits for you to do fertility cleanse for
Oh.
men and for women. And then we were like,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, we were like, wow, this is something we never thought about.
Yeah.
And then he was like, let's just give it a shot. Like,
Okay.
no loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just went and then we got the products. We did a fertility cleanse.
Okay.
Just flush out whatever toxins. So for months. It's a period of time where you have to just do a cleanse.
Okay.
And then afterwards, right, we started trying.
Okay.
And then,
You got it.
yeah.
Wow.
It's not immediate, but after a few months, I was hopeful, and I hoped for a baby, and the baby came, and I was like,
Oh,
wow,
wow.
this
I'm
is amazing.
sure the
I'm like,
moment
really thank God.
the moment you see the 2 lines will be like shout out of joy. Not like the COVID.
and when I found out I was
No.
pregnant on Christmas,
Oh wow, that's the best
yeah,
present.
it's really like a gift from God. So I was so thankful for this whole experience, and because of this thing that I have gone through, I just want to share with women, share with married couple that before you go through what I go through, there are measures, there are things that you can actually do.
Okay.
Yeah, because in fact, recent years, government have been pushing this fertility campaign. So there's this website called ilovechildren.sg.
Oh,
So you can actually go to a website where they have lots of information on fertility.
Right.
And in fact, right, Singapore government encourages married couple to go for fertility tests.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think this is really good because then you don't have to second guess.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
go for the test, then you know whether is it her, is it him, and then from there, there's this Chinese 对症下药.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because I do read articles and things like that. Couples who tried for years and years and still couldn't conceive, and then after that they just realized that it's a cyst. I just have to remove that cyst, and then
I
it just
see.
all came naturally. So go for the test, and then you cut short this whole
The
emotional roller
painful
coaster,
journey that is-
where you don't really actually have to go through.
Right.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I do encourage young couple who are trying to just go for first.
Wow, that's really nice of you who's sharing your personal experience, and I hope to cut down some of the painful ways of some couples.
Yes.
Right. So any other advice that you can give to the people, married couples?
Yes. So when we were trying I think there's a lot of emotional things going on,
Right.
especially for the women, because men and women handle your emotional things
Different,
very differently. So for us women, or rather for me, I tend to just want to keep things to myself first. So when I was going through all this, there are times where you just don't know
Who
how
to talk to?
who
Because
to
it's
talk to.
it's a topic that you know it's very
Yes.
personal. You don't want to
Yes.
share publicly.
Yes,
right?
you may not want to share with people just yet, because you
Yeah.
probably just try for a while.
Correct.
But even that a while is not so easy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
You have
so
gone through it.
so for me, what I did was I prayed to God. I have God to talk to me, but I think there are also other outlets where women can actually go to. So I actually found this very interesting book.
Oh,
Yeah, so in the midst of all this, right, I was just looking through books and things like that, and then I chanced upon this very interesting book. It's called The Impatient Women Guide to Getting Pregnant.
oh, the impatient women's guide to get pregnant.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so research actually shows that, right, for couple to get pregnant, okay, most of the time it takes about 6 months. Yeah, so that time we only tried for about 3-4 months, and the emotions are there already.
Right.
So I think this book resonates so much with me.
Right.
Yeah, so in this book, I think what really I really like is that the author actually poke fun of impatient women like me. So it's a book that is very light-hearted, and I thought that it's something that if you're not willing to share with others yet, right? Pick up a book, and probably this is something that can resonate with you, that that can help you through moments like this.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. So you where you get a book from? Like
Internet, anywhere.
Anywhere,
It's
okay.
actually one of the best-selling books, so it's actually quite easy to find.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so from books, then of course afterwards I do talk to friends and
Close friends.
Yeah,
and all.
close
Yeah.
friends. So it really just you just really need to take that first step.
Right.
Sometimes I find that it's not easy. It's easier to just keep everything inside.
Yeah, because you might worry about how other people look at me, how they think.
Yes.
Yeah.
But once you make the decision to take that first step, to open up to someone, it don't have to be a lot of people. It just have to be that one person that you really trust, and that's how you find a support.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you for sharing all this personal experience where a lot of emotional roller coasters and how you cope with it. And I do from your sharing, I also hear that you pray a lot. So I think this is also like a journey of faith.
Yes,
Right.
yes, it is. And in fact, as I prayed, right, this whole journey of trying to get pregnant, infertility, do remind me of one of the Bible character, Zechariah and Elizabeth.
Oh.
Yes, who was who wanted a children but was not given for a very long time. So there are stories like this that reminds me that God is there, God is faithful. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think yes.
Wow. So the moment when you found out you got pregnant with your first boy, wow, that was
That was really
great.
amazing.
God answered your prayer.
Yes, but then again, my pregnancy was not so easy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of stories to tell.
Yes.
Well, let's leave that story, that sharing, to our next week's session.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So please stay tuned. Our next week session is about the baby is on the way. So as a first-time parents, what now? So we will, if you are interested to know how Hazel's pregnancy, the whole processes, what are the events that are happening in between. Yeah, so don't walk away. Stay tuned for our next week's TSCC radio session. See you again next week. Okay, bye-bye.